What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and we're going to be discussing Slugfest 2016, aka Walking Dead Season 7 premiere. Oh my god. See, last night I didn't record this review because I was too fucking emotional. Like I told you guys before, I'm invested in this show, and there are certain things, and my emotional scale is fucked up. Before I get into anything else, there's going to be triple layers of spoilers in this. It's going to be like a quick, brief episode review. The two deaths. Yeah, there were two. And like that light at the end of the tunnel. Like spoilers from the comics. So the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm trying to keep this as short as possible. I actually recorded this already. It was like an 18-minute video. I did all my theatrics and things like that. But I think I'm just trying to keep this one a little bit more simpler. And like I said, you've been warned for the triple layers of spoilers. Part 1, the episode itself. Episode itself was really good. Like the past 2 or 3 seasons, they've been starting off each season with like some big bang, like literally an explosion, a compound blowing up, a big fight or something like that. But this one was just heart-wrenching, pure thriller, suspense, emotion, and it worked for me. This was my favorite season beginning since probably like the first episode, you know, with Rick actually coming out of a coma and learning about all this stuff. So this probably is one of my favorite openings because it established a new show. It established a new Walking Dead. So I really appreciate that. Even though like I said, my emotional scale is so skewed. I cry at movies like The Jungle Book and things like that, and I laugh at movies at the pursuit of happiness. So yeah, that's my emotional scale right there. So I'm invested. I'm invested. They said it on the Talking Dead last night. Like, this show has been on air for about 7 years, and most of us has been watching from the start. I started watching season 2. They had a whole marathon of season 1. It was like, for some reason, my mom had it on all the TVs. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I started watching it, and I've been hooked ever since. So, needless to say, that this episode, you know, just... Anyways, let's actually talk about it a little bit. We started off from the cliffhanger, and a lot of shit went down apparently in like that time between, you know, the cliffhanger till now. So this whole, let's talk about the episode in general. This whole episode was like Negan breaking Rick. If like, we'll do spoilers talk later. We'll just talk about the episode. Negan pretty much breaking Rick, dragging him onto the RV, daring him to try to kill him while he had the chance right there, and just pretty much letting Rick know, you are my bitch now. That's all this episode was. From the 2 deaths to making Rick fetch, pretty much fetching a field of walkers, and then just bringing them back, and then threatening to make him cut off his own child's arm. Yes, this nigga Negan said, hey, pretty much the whole, like I said, the whole thing was breaking Rick. This whole episode was to break Rick, to just say, hey, guess what? You thought you were safe, but no, you're not. So, like at the beginning of the episode, I don't like that. I don't like how you're looking at me, and you've been looking at me this whole time. I dragged you away from your people. I killed people in front of you, and you still have that look of defiance, like you want to kill me in your eyes. And it just took all of that, you know, Rick watching all of his friends have guns put to the back of their head, and if he didn't cut off Carl's arm, everybody was gonna die. Everybody was gonna die. And then, you know, it didn't happen. It was just to break Rick. and it worked, and it was just so heart-wrenching. It's just like, we've seen Rick go through so much. We've seen Rick go through so much. And spoilers, it's going to be a minute. We're going to see Bitch Rick for a while now. So we're going to see Bitch Rick for, I want to say, at least 4 to 5 episodes until we get the plot twist. If you read the comics, you know what I'm talking about. So I'd say about 3 to maybe 4 episodes of Bitch Rick, and then we're going to start going into all-out war territory and things like that. So there's a lot of saving grace. Like I said, that's part 3 of all these spoilers. So that was the episode. Part 2 of these spoilers are the 2 deaths. The first one being Abraham. I told y'all that man was going to die. I've been saying that man was going to die forever. Forever, ever. Because he was on borrowed time. He took Denise's death in the comics. So, which is kind of weird to say he was on borrowed time because it was only like 2 episodes. So, yeah, it was just, he went out like, you know, Abraham would. Oh my, I can't even, every time I think about it and talk about it, my light skinness, like, if y'all, the inner light skin in me, whew. I mean, from 9:30, because that's when we got the first reveal of Abraham, up until maybe like 11:30, after Talking Dead ended, I was crying like a little bitch all night. Like, commercials come around, I stop crying because, you know, I ain't watching nothing. Then the show come back. So Abraham went out like a G. Bop. Suck my nuts. And then, you know, Negan being a dick he is, I like him. I should have kept him alive. Dop, dop, dop. And he just, and it was so gruesome. And they showed it. They showed it. That was the part. It wasn't like no kindas. Like, you can see, like a behind the shot, you can see Negan doing it, and you can't really see the effects. No, bruh. No. When I tell you they showed you, bruh, if you were eating, if you weren't ready, you were hurt. You were crushed. You were fucked up. Because, I don't know, I mean, maybe people are like emotionally invested in Abraham, but I was more emotionally invested in the relationships that Abraham had, because you remember Abraham was starting to become a little pimp. You know, he had Rosita, you know, my little Mexican Spitfire, and then he was going on to, you know, he had a little jungle fever, and then he was about to go get Sasha. So to watch those two, it was really watching Rosita, because then afterwards, it was just like, bruh, stop. And then he just, because that's, I'm pretty sure if you were watching this, you were just like, bruh, it's okay. Just, it's over with. He's dead. Stop. Like, it was just a pile of mush on the ground. And then he made Rosita look like she wasn't trying to look. She was just crying, and it hurt. It hurt. It just, emotions. And Negan is just standing over her like, look. It really reminded me of like, Four Brothers, when what's his face made his little henchman get on the ground and eat the food because he was eating while he was giving his villain speech. He was like, "Oh, you hungry? Get on the floor and eat like the dog that you is." And then his wife tried to stand up for her man, and then he was like, "Oh, that's your man. You get down there and eat like the bitch you are too." That's kind of what it reminded me of. Goddamn Four Brothers. Goddamn, that's a good movie. That is a good movie. I might watch that today. Anyways, and then after like, Daryl couldn't take it anymore. He was just like, look at it. And then Daryl just came out of nowhere. Daryl goddamn instant transmission real quick. Daryl went goddamn demigod. He went Trunks and just went, ugh, and just steal the shit out of Negan. I was just like, You fucked up, Daryl. Yeah, y'all thought y'all. I was like, I wasn't cheering Daryl on. There was no I had no satisfaction last night watching this episode. None whatsoever. None. Because then they started doing this thing. They showed you the Abraham kill. Then they showed you the punch. And then they kept going back. Because it was more like, it's like a flashback kind of thing where like Rick is going through kind of PTSD of what just happened. And he's like, seeing it, and then they just start flashing like throughout the episode. They flash like him killing other people, like Negan like taking the bat to other people, but it's Rick hallucinating because the whole time throughout the episode is everything is kind of like seen through Rick's point of view. It's Rick POV of him sucking Negan's dick this whole episode. This is really what this is. This episode is Rick's POV of Negan. Oh my god. I just realized something. There is, okay, that's probably like, that's part 3 of the spoilers. But anyways. So anyway, they're doing all this, and then they finally show, after what happened, when Daryl punched Negan. And they jump him and stuff. They're like, should we kill him? Should we kill him? They're like, no, I like him. He got moxie. Put him in line. And they, okay. Walking Dead tryouts. Part 1. I mean, act. It was like around the middle of the episode. It would be like Act 15. Take 1. I told y'all, if that shit happened again, I will shut that shit down. And I'm not a liar. I don't know who y'all been messing with in the past, but I want y'all to know me. I want y'all to know I mean what I say. And when I say I'm gonna shut that shit down, that's what I'm gonna do. Bop! Right over Glenn's head. And I'm just like, oh my god. Because the whole time he's giving that speech. He's giving the speech with the bat. I said I shut that shit down. I run this shit. If I wanted to, all y'all be dead. Yada yada yada. But I'm a man of my word. I said it. And just, oh, right out the comics. Right out the comics and right into my feels. Oh. So he hit him, and then like he's like, oh, yeah. I don't know if he gave like Rick a compliment, because like at this point I'm bawling, crying. I'm just like, no, my brother, my brother. Some words I don't know, but Negan is a whole brother, my brother. I'm sorry. Anyways. I'm tearing up again because it like 7 years. 7 years we've been riding with Glenn. All the close calls, the walker and the whale, the goddamn dumpster, the whole thing with the terminus, the prison, everything. Herschel, having to deal with Herschel. Oh my god. He looked like the lady from the Guinness's Book of World Records show from the early 2000s. You know, every time they'll come on, Guinness's Book of World Records, then they'll show her eye popping out. That's how Glenn looked, and I was just like, and he was just looking at Maggie, blood trickling down his face, eyeball, looking like he going for the record. Blood trickling down. He's saying, Maggie, I love you. I will look over you. Or something along those lines. But, you know, that's a... And he's like, he's trying to talk. I can't understand what he's saying. Bow, 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 bow. I'm just like, I'm done. I can't. And they show you. And then this nigga kidnaps Rick. Takes him on that whole journey for the episode. brings him back, kidnaps fucking Daryl. I like him. He's not like a little bitch like somebody I know. Kidnaps Daryl. Says he's mine now. You did this to yourself. They drive off. Negan leaves them a truck so they can gather up his shit because he's going to be back in a week. And then they just have to like try to regroup from there. Sasha and Maggie are taking the bodies to Hilltop. And Maggie needs to get checked on. And everybody else is going back to Alexandria. Woo! So like I said, we're going to have Vitrick for a couple episodes. But part 3, spoilers. Comic book stuff. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. As you saw at the end of the episode, and if you watch Talking Dead, Ezekiel, the Kingdom, Carol and Morgan are there. They're going to get information and things like that to take back to Alexandria. So there's that saving grace. There's that plot line. And then we have the people who went out on that 2-week mission. They didn't get captured by Negan. Thank God. Because they left right from the base that they killed everybody at. So they didn't get captured. So they're still out there. So they'll be back. So that's going to help. And then they still have the recipe to make the bullets. That's going to help. And then you still have the Hilltop out there. Even though they're under Negan's thumb too, they still have like combined resources. Negan doesn't know that they're all working together at this point. So it's going to be like a 3-way between the Kingdom, Alexandria, and the Hilltop. It's going to be like a 3-way turf thing to fight the Savior compound. So that's a saving grace. Because I know if you watch this, you guys need some therapy. This is the spoilers that they won't give you on The Talking Dead. So, and then, like I said, there's a lot of saving grace. So, a lot of character plot lines have to be switched around because there are certain characters in the show that are dead, that are still alive in the comics, and yada, yada, yada. So, once again, I made another 18-minute video. I didn't try to, but it's The Walking Dead. Next week, we'll have another one of these up. My heart. And the whole time I was like, I have the stupid meter. I have the stupid meter for Barry and Wally on the Flash. Trust me, I know Jessie Quick is gonna get one. She's gonna get one real quick. I think hers is coming like next week. So, and I wanted to start giving Rick a stupid count. But I don't think it'll be fair to him at this point in his life. So I'm going to leave him alone for a couple episodes. Because I know he's going to be Bitrick for a while. Carl's going to have some very fun stuff. I want to see what they do with that episode. With them prosthetics. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's going to be a special episode with Carl. Hopefully it'll be like episode 4 or 3. If I can like divvy up and divide the comic book stuff, it'll probably be like episode 3 or 4. When we see the cool stuff with Carl. And then, like, just remember, guys, they didn't show us everything in this episode. There's a light at the end of this tunnel. It's a very good light. So, if you guys enjoyed this, leave your thoughts down below. Be honest. Be honest. Did you cry like a little bitch, too? I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I cried for like 3 hours. 3 hours. I'm still crying over this shit. Every time I think about The Walking Dead now, I'm going to have tears formulate in my eye. If the words The Walking or Dead in any order, they don't have to be in the same sentence. If you can say The Walking Dead, it's triggered. Anyways, you always know everything linked in the description. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Share the video out with your friends. Subscribe if you have not already. And I'm sorry for making this video longer, but oh my god, so much. I'll probably work on the sidebar, or I'll probably make it a little bit more fancier as these go on, along with everything else. So I'm always constantly trying to improve. With all that being said, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. comment what you thought about the episode. And I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am out of here.